Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm great. I'm ready.
Okay. Me too.
Let's go. So heavy weights and a band today is what's on deck. How exciting is that? Take your feet to the width of the mat. You're going to bring your hands to heart and crowd out your chest and just do a nice little fold. Let's maybe go halfway and then come back up. And just keep oscillating between up and down. And then to activate the inner thighs, you're going to isometrically pull your feet towards each other while you go up and down. So good. So the focus right now is just the legs. When you put your hands at your heart, you're just sort of quietening the back. We're going to get to it though. Okay, here's your last one. Release the hands and fold all the way down. You're going to let your head go. Now bend the left side and then bend the right knee. So you're just sort of going side to side, bending. Okay, both legs can be straight. We're going to inhale and extend to a flat back. And let's do a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach the arms out to the side nice and long, then flip the palms. So when you bring them up, they're facing. And then take it all the way back down. So big breath while you're down here, bending one knee at a time. Really try to puff out the upper back when you breathe. Okay, straighten both legs. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse it, come all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Try to get your arms as long as you can. And then take it all the way back down for the last time. Let's start to bend the legs. Straighten both and inhale to a flat back. Now from this flat back, I'm just going to have you bend both knees at the same time. So you're in a little squat and then come back to a straight leg. And just sort of keep repeating. So your fingers are just out on the floor in front. And your range of motion is what it is. It doesn't need to be any specific thing. You're just warming up your body. Do a few more. Okay, now I want you to walk your feet so they're hip width apart. Your hands are in the same place as is your back. Now just bend both knees, switching up the angle here. Okay, now bring the feet together. Keep bending the knees. You're going to feel the lower calves, maybe even your Achilles, depending on how low you're getting. Now, bend and then come up onto the toes. So you're sitting back on your heels and then straighten the legs. So come up on the toes, squat down, butt over heels, and then back. And if this range of motion needs to be limited because of your knees, go ahead and limit it. There's no perfect way. We're just warming up. Let's do one more like this. And now just open the feet back to being hip width and unweight the upper body completely. Big deep breaths right into those ribs. Nice. Okay, baby steps with the hands, walk it all the way forward. So you're in your high plank. And take it to a down dog. Just hold here for 3 or 4 breaths. Pushing your heels to the floor. Now let's bring the shoulders over your wrists. So you're in your high plank, and then just lower the knees, hover them above the floor. So you got your shoulders behind your wrists, and then right back to that down dog. And then pull the shoulders over the wrists, high plank, bend the knees, and back to your dog. Do it one more time. Pull forward to plank, bend those knees, and back to your down dog. From here, I want you to lift your left leg up, keep everything else the same, and then switch to the right. And just keep alternating, lifting and lowering. Your upper body is staying nice and quiet. You want to make sure you can see your arms through your peripheral vision. Do a few more. Nice. Now come back to plank and put your knees down. You're going to come onto the tops of your feet. Have a seat back over those heels, but keep your forehead off the floor. So your forearms are also not touching. Getting a little bit of side body stretch here. Nice. Now come back up. Walk the wrists in so they're under the shoulders. Tuck your toes under. We're going to do some cat-cows. Really slowly. So you just kind of want to oscillate, but go slow. So you give your body a chance to respond and your muscles. So what's happening? When you're looking forward, you really want to draw that belly in. Keep going. Now, as you do this and you have that big arch in your back, I want you to drift your hips back over the heels. Go, 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 go till you can't go anymore. And then pull forward, drop into your shoulders, look up. So you're changing up the angle of the cat-cow. So round the back, draw the hips back, come back forward, drop in, look up, say hello. Just do it again. And forward. Nice. Okay, kick those feet out to the side. You're going to have a seat. We're going to start with some Pilates sit-ups as part of your warm-up today. Feet in the corners of the front of your mat. Arms extend out in front, or you can cross them at the shoulder, makes it a little harder. You're going to C-curve the spine, come down nice and slow. This is where you will really want to be in charge of your descent. Don't rush. Once you're down, your head hits the floor, you take the arms all the way back. Point those toes. Take a big deep breath and then bring the arms forward again. Tuck your chin, hollow out that belly. You're going to dive through those legs with a rounded back. Just for a breath or two. And then right back repeating. So you keep the spine rounding as you go up and down. Arms come forward, head lifts, tuck your chin. Most important, bring that belly down. Dive through for a breath or two. And we're just going to do one more. It's a great way to warm up your core. Arms back for a big stretch. Point those toes. And one last time. Tuck that chin. Hollow out that belly. Dive it forward. Okay. While we're down here, we're going to start with some arms. So grab your weights, have them close by. I like to have 2 sets just in case I wear out the first one. Okay, here we go. You're gonna lie down with your legs bent. We're gonna start with presses. So, oh, I gotta fix my ponytail. You wanna make sure that your head is nice and on the floor, right? So here we go. Just start your presses nice and slow and in control. Just make sure that you're resisting the weight when you lower the arms. And you're squeezing your chest as you press them together at the top. So you want to be nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Keep your wrists neutral. And keep going. Squeeze. So let's do about 6 more. Okay, you're going to put the weights down by your side. You're going to stay lying down. Bend your legs and get your knees over your hips. We're just going to do some pelvic rocking with our legs bent. So roll the pelvis up with your legs bent. So you're drawing the belly down and you're bringing your knees towards you. Your legs are bent. You start out at a 90-degree angle. Now take your knees, move them out. Don't let the belly lift. Keep the legs bent. So it's not a big range of motion. Draw the knees in, roll the pelvis up off the floor. It's okay if your lower back lifts or the waistband of where your pants are. And now take those knees, move them out again, but don't go to a straight leg. So you're going to somewhat limit your range, but you're drawing that belly in. Pull those knees in again, roll the pelvis up, and take it out, and roll in, and move them back out, and in. We're going to go a little quicker, and out, and in. And just do like 3 more like this. Keep your neck relaxed, keep the shoulders relaxed. You're only working your 6-pack muscle here. A little bit of the hip flexors. Nice. Okay, rock it up. You're going to grab your weights that you use for a tricep extension. Come back down. Keep that butt on the floor and your lower back touching the mat. So you got a little pelvic tilt here. Tricep extension. Weights come down, tap the shoulders, and then straighten those arms again. Try not to go down too quickly. You can go up at whatever pace you like, but I want you to resist the weight coming down. That way we don't need to do a million of these before we see results. Hopefully you're doing a heavy weight. You know you've picked the right weight when right out of the gate, it's not easy. And please make sure you're not squeezing with your hands too much. Keep going. We're going to try to do about 5 more. And if you need to start to alternate, go ahead or change your weight. Try to squeeze in 1 more. And rock and roll back up. Now, I'm going to have you take your legs, you're lying down, take your feet all the way up to the ceiling, flex your feet. Lower the right leg down on 5 counts. Once you get down just above the floor, take that leg out to the side and make a little half circle and bring it up to meet that left foot again. And just repeat, same leg. Lower, slow. Take it out to the side as you raise it back up. 3 times on each side. It's just good hip mobility. You're gonna feel that inner thigh as you open that leg up. Do the same on the other leg now. You wanna keep the legs nice and straight and your feet flexed. Lower, slow. Move it up to the side. We're gonna start inner thighs, so hopefully you have your Pilates ring nearby. This is a great little warm up for the inner thighs. Now, before you grab your ring, just take both feet, open them out to the side. As far as they can go, just let the weight, sort of weight bearing, take over here. So just let the legs splay open. And now bring them back together and do that 2 more times. Open them. And close. And 1 last time, open. And close. Okay, grab your ball or your Pilates ring. And if you don't have access to either, you're squeezing a big pillow. Squeeze in, your legs are bent, and open slow. And just sort of keep repeating. We're going to start with our feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to change up the angle a little bit. So right now, that lower back is down on the mat. You're really trying to isolate and squeeze your best on each rep. Now let's field goal our elbows. So get your elbows out to the side, right at the height of the shoulder. You might want to take a peek at them while you're doing your inner thighs. Your palms are laying back on the floor. So you're just taking advantage of a nice little opening of the chest here while you squeeze. And if we can multitask, while you're squeezing, you're going to raise the hands up off the floor, move them forward without letting the shoulders round forward. And just go nice and slow, up and down with the hands. So you tap the back of the hand and then you bring them back up. While you keep squeezing that ring or ball. Okay, so you're going to keep those arms moving. Now I want you to lift your toes off the floor while you squeeze. So you got your shins in play here. You got the arms working, some range of motion for the shoulders. And your inner thighs might be talking to you by now. We're not done. So keep going. Okay, keep the back of the hands on the floor. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. And to finish this, the last angle change is going to be you lifting your heels up off the floor a little bit. And then just keep squeezing. Keep that low back pressing down. The angle of your knees, how far in towards you they are, or how far out, is really up to you. As long as you're bracing your spine and you're keeping the belly down, you're okay. Hopefully you got some tremble and a little burning going on. We're just here for about 10 more seconds. Okay, remove the ring. We're going to do a little happy baby stretch, just to stretch out those inner thighs. Oh my goodness. Heels up to the ceiling, hold the outsides of the feet. Gently drive the knees towards the floor with the help of the arms. And just hold here. Maybe a little rock. Side to side, maybe not. This is a feel-good moment. You got to make it feel good. Okay, bring your legs up together again, open them nice and wide. Oh my goodness, how good does that feel? And then close them. Just bringing back some blood flow to the area. Open and close. Couple more. Nice job. Okay, grab your weights again for those tricep extension, round 2. We're gonna kill these arms today. So lowering the weights nice and slow, bringing them back up. No movement here between the elbow and the shoulder, right? You want to stack them. Shoulder joint, elbow joint. Not moving. Your legs are bent. You're doing a nice little pelvic tilt. So you feel that low back skin on the floor. Going down with resistance, up nice and quick. Nice loose grip, that's the most important. So let's try to squeeze in maybe 4 or 5 more. If you're not feeling these, your weights are too light. So change them. Alternate if you need to. Just want to get through these last reps. With good form, we don't compromise our form. Okay. Rock and roll, put those weights off to the side. Grab your band. We got some outer hip work to do. So lying back down, band is just above the ankles. Open nice and wide. And then come back together slowly. So like we did the tricep extensions, you went out or up at a quick pace. But when you're bringing, so you're going to do that here, when you're bringing your feet back together or close, hip width, you resist, go nice and slow. Make sure you're really taking them as wide apart as you can. Maybe a little pause there to just do a quick little evaluation. Check in on your range of motion. And then close with resistance. And do 7 more, nice and slow and in control. Okay, keep the band around your feet. Get your chest press weights. We're going to do 1 more round of chest presses. Keep the band on because we're going to come back to it. So start your pressing, your elbows are out wide. Back of the arms to the floor. Make sure when you're pressing them up, you're keeping the weights centered over the chest and not your face. Squeeze, let them touch at the top. Pelvic tilt, draw that belly down, like take advantage of using those muscles. Down slow, up quick. It's that same theme. Five more. Okay. Put them off to the side. Last round with for your outer hips. I'm just gonna grab a quick sip of water. Okay, here we go with these hips. Open out wide. Give me 5 pulses. And then bring back together slowly. Open wide. 5 pulses. Close slow. Keep that going. You can play around with the angle of your feet, maybe move them forward a little bit, just to get your 6-pack muscle working a bit more. Keep the shoulders nice and loose. It's really just your outer hips you want to challenge here. No other muscles. Relax the muscles in your face, in your neck, in your shoulders. Nice. Now change those pulses to 10. And then close. You're gonna wear these out. Know you're getting results if you simply start to feel like you can't open them as wide. But really try to fight for it. We're gonna do a few more. Okay, now just hold them open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we can say goodbye to this lovely band. Whew, rock and roll yourself up. We're gonna come up to standing. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna turn on my AC. Grab a quick sip of water. Okay, here we go. Single leg deadlifts, but we're gonna start easing into it. So we're gonna kickstand the right leg. You have your weight in the right hand. Your left arm is just off to the side. So you know the drill with this, right? No more than 20% of weight goes into that right foot. Come on down, spine is long. You're using the heaviest weight you have, or 2 lighter ones if you can hold them. And just sort of go up and down 5 times, that's it. And then we're gonna start to lift that right foot up off the floor. So it's gonna be a full-on single leg, just for 5. It's a great way to strengthen those hamstrings and challenge your balance. So here we go. Now your back leg sweeps back there, get it straight, and then come back up. Only to kickstand it, so you're still not putting any weight in that foot. Do that 4 more times. Try not to round your back. Always want to keep a nice long spine. Okay, if you've done your 5, switch hands and your feet. So now you're kickstanding the left leg. Come on down. Get as much weight into that right leg as you can. I'm just doing 5 of these. And 5 of those. No. You're like, what's those? Full on kickback. Why not? So when you take that leg back, you really want to keep it straight, right? No bend in the knee. Here we go for 5. Okay, come back up, put that weight down. We're gonna do some little PMF stretching here, so. We're gonna take the left foot forward, right foot back. Get some good distance between your feet so you don't feel like you're gonna fall over. Now, both heels down, both legs pushing towards each other. While you have that going on, bring your hands to heart, give me a half forward fold. Keep that pulling and pushing at each foot. Go down, come back up, and do it 4 more times. Don't let the legs release. Okay, switch feet when you've done your 5. Most important thing is that isometric activation. Folding under that load. Coming up under that same load. Super duper for you. Super duper. It doesn't need to be fast, it needs to be executed nicely. These also tell us which is our strong leg. We all have one. I'm just going to do one more here. Why not? Okay. Woo. Come all the way back down on the floor. One full body stretch here. So point those toes, take the arms all the way back behind you. How good does that feel? Just breathe here. Reach your arms long and spread those fingers wide, and then make a fist. And then open back out. And squeeze the fist. And then open. Just do that a few more times. Okay, clasp your fingers together and pull that left knee up and into the chest. Flex the right foot, keep that calf down. Do the same on the other leg. Pull both knees into the chest. Keep the knees and feet together and just make a small circle. So you're massaging your lower back. Change directions. Okay, bend your legs again. Take your arms and put them by your side. Your palms are just facing down. Take your feet, flex them. Your legs are bent. You got your knees over your hips. Now you're going to take this right leg, straighten it up. Maybe a third of the way down. Just so you feel your obliques and your transverse abdominis muscles. Now add a little up and down with that leg. Up an inch, down an inch. Left knee didn't move. That left knee is still over your hip. Nice. Now pull both knees in for a little break. These are not easy. Take the knees out, flex your feet. You got a 90-degree angle in the knee. Now, push that left heel forward till the leg straightens. You should feel now like you're fighting hard to keep your back down and the belly down. Now go up and down an inch. And be mindful not to let the right knee pull in, because that's going to make this a lot easier. Nice. Now bring both knees in. Make that nice little circle, but this time go in the opposite direction that you did previously. Okay, time to stretch. Put your feet down. You're gonna bend your legs. You're gonna cross your right knee over the left. Slide your left knee forward so your legs don't have that much of a bend. You know, maybe just a small one. And then let the knees go to the right side, not all the way down. Lift that left arm up and take it right back behind you. So you're using your right leg to guide that left knee towards the floor, but don't let it touch. So you're probably feeling this right over the hip. So I hope you are. Spread those fingers wide, get the arm nice and long. Now, change the angle of the arm, take it out 45 degrees from the body. So you're stretching out your chest, little bit above the waistband is where you're probably feeling this. Now, if you're not taking deep breaths, good time to start. Okay, arm comes in, legs come back up, uncross them. Now we're going opposite side. Left knee over right, small bend. Take them down, nice and slow. Use the left leg to pull the right knee towards the floor. Let's get this right arm going straight back behind you. Oh my goodness. How good does this feel? Spread your fingers wide, no bend in that elbow. Those muscles are nice and taut. Big deep breaths. Now take that arm, change the angle, 45 degrees out. You want to feel this now in the chest and a little bit higher up your waist. Okay, we're going to do a little shoulder mobility. So uncross the legs and take the legs so that they're bent and your knees are hip width apart. Take your fingers, clasp them together, straighten the arms up just over your chest. So you got your fingers clasped, your palms touching, your arms with no bends in the elbow. Now get flat on those shoulder blades, bring the arms forward between your legs, and then take them all the way back. Try to press that low back down and your ribs. So you're pushing everything down towards the earth and you're letting the arms move back and then bring them forward. And take them back. So we're not going fast. When you take them back, you should feel that upper back press into the floor, almost like a massage. Bring them forward. 3 or 4 counts forward, even slower going back. Tight through the belly. Come back up. Now this time when we take them back, we're going to stay back there for 3 breaths. Keep the ribs low and the belly down. The arms are nice and straight, getting a nice side body stretch here. Okay, bring the arms forward, extend your legs all the way down along the floor. Take the arms all the way back behind you. Take them to the shape of a Y. So you feel the back of the shoulders nice and flat to the floor. Point your toes. Just hold your arms out here for a sec. Belly down, ribs low. Nice. Now bring the arms up so they're over the shoulders. Your hands are spread wide. Now we're going to roll it up Pilates style. So head comes up first. Keep the belly down. Roll up, rounding your back up here and your forearms between your legs. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. while you're taking these 3 breaths, if you can walk your hands out any farther, keeping your elbows on the floor, just inch it a little bit at a time. Breathing into your lower back. Following out the belly, figure out a way to do that. Okay, come on back up. You're gonna take your right foot, step it inside your left thigh. Take your right knee, using the muscle, try to push it down. Come on down, grab your left foot, both elbows down to the floor, your face is looking at your knee. And if you can't get the elbows down, that's okay. Just sort of fold over that leg. Now take your upper body and try to move it more to the left, like both shoulders. Just try to tilt. So you're just switching up the angle here. If you tilt it right, you're going to get a little bit more of your quadratus lumborum muscle on that right side. Stretch out. Okay, walk it back up. Extend that leg out and switch sides. So you've got your right leg in the corner of your mat. Now, before you start to do anything, start to activate that left knee by pressing it down towards the floor. And then come on down, get hold of that right foot. Try your best to work those elbows to the floor. Your face is just looking over that knee. Don't forget your breath. Keep pressing the left knee down. Play around with the angle of the shoulders. Move them to the right so you feel more of the waistband on the left side body. That quadratus lumborum muscle is the culprit for a lot of lower back issues, and it's deep in there and hard to access. But if you're feeling a nice little tug on that left side, you probably found it. Maybe even lift that left shoulder up a little bit. So I've got my left arm straight as I play around with the angle, and I have only my right forearm down. Okay, bring it back up. We're going to come up onto our toes here. Nice and high on the toes. Just hang out here just for a sec. And take a look at your feet and make sure the heels are not splaying out to the side. So you're in a nice little squat, up high on those toes. Okay, now come to a full forward fold, let your head go. I want you to cross your arms so you're totally unweighting the upper body. Let the shoulders fall towards the floor, the head, the forearms, your torso. Keep your legs as straight as you can get them. Stay here for 2 more big, huge breaths so you feel the rib cage expand. Nice. Now take your hands above your knees. You're going to help yourself come back up to standing nice and slowly. Great job. Lift the right arm all the way up. Reach for the ceiling. And then switch sides. Nice and long and straight arm as you sweep it up. Now bring the other one up. Take your gaze, look up, reach for the ceiling with both arms. Lifting up through your thighs, engaging your glutes. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We did it. We got it done. Cheers. How are you? Oh, I can't